So thanks for Dyna for the training. You know, it's a difficult, your roles is a difficult thing to train people. If you look at the role, it is, everybody wants your job. You know, everybody is working for you thinks, it's a lack of job. Just tell, you know, shun people around and tell them what to do. But it's difficult. It's a difficult job. It's difficult because you're working with people. Most people can't do it. There's very few people who are successful supervisors. So the expectation in your role is also it's a difficult thing to deal with. You're dealing with supervisors or your managers who thinks you must think like the CEO, act like the CEO. And then you've got your subordinates who want you to be their husband, wife, psychologist. You know, you must motivate them, pull them along, never be ugly, never lose your temper, know all the answers. So it's not an easy role. But you are very powerful. I think you'll remember before you got into the supervisor roles, how did you see your supervisors? A supervisor can make any decision and we just have to do it. So it's a powerful role. It's an important role of communication. You are the filter for messages coming from your subordinates to management and from management to your subordinates. Not only the filters, you must give the right messages through. You must also make sure that you get the messages. If we're talking something safety, if there's a concern that we need to find out that's happening on the floor, we need you to bring that messages through so that we can make decisions to make the mine safe or to get production right. So very important that you do. Your role is extremely important in keeping people alive. It's important to keep people safe and make sure that people don't get injured. And you have to train people, you have to coach people, you have to push people, and you have to pull people to make sure that the mine is a success. So if I look at your actions, what that does at the mine. Your action determines the discipline on the mine. So discipline is not tidying. Discipline is how people behave, what they do, if they come to work, if they follow the rules, how they leave a place. How the work area looks. So it's extremely important, your role. Your actions determine the production outcome on this mine. We can have the best plans. If people don't make it happen, it doesn't happen. We can have the worst plans. If people make it happen, the production can still happen. And the machines can still run. You are the people who influence our standards on the mine. And standards is a big thing. You know, a place that looks good, things tend to work better there, and people don't tend to get injured. So yeah, you do influence the safety performance very, very strongly. I worked for a Canadian once a few years back, and he used to tell me, at the beginning of shift, you must stand at the door. Everybody comes and you shake his hand, you give him a hug, and you tell him welcome at work. And then he explained the reason why. You shake his hand and you can look in his eyes, see if his eyes are red, see if he's got a bubble eyes or if he's been smoking something. Go close, give him a hug, smell his breath. So that you know who you're dealing with on the day. So it's maybe not that bad, but it is important that we know our people. That we can pick up if somebody didn't sleep the night before, if somebody's kid was sick, or if there was a family emergency, or if somebody's suddenly stressed who's not usually stressed, that we pick those things up that we can manage it during the shift. Fatigue, you play a very important role in fatigue. It is one of the biggest risks on the mine. If once we've engineered everything out, we still sit with people, and people, there's a few things. There's the decisions we make, and then there's being awake to make the right decisions. And that is becoming more and more of a problem in the mines now. People not sleeping enough to do the work. And then your attitude also determines the culture of your section to a large extent. We had the dragline team that we've twice now said that the best shift on the mine in this monthly awards. The thing that stood out the most, so we gave them all opportunity to speak as well, and the thing that stood out the most was they said the team respects each other and very good teamwork. And it's a lot of times, the complaints about supervisors, most of the times that since I've been at MMS, sorry, I'm not saying people are complaining, but where there's been complaints about a supervisor, It's where people feel like they're not respected. And respect is a funny thing. It's not you just listen and do what the person tells you. Respect is just to treat someone as a person. So it's important that we get that one right. My view, or just closing off, a few things important. Always remember your management. You are not the operator on this mine. You are management. People sometimes miss that where they sit on the hierarchy. And that is the worst supervisor. A supervisor that behaves like a union member, and I'm not saying you can't be a union member, but that behaves like union and not like management is a problem on the mine. It also, people don't take you serious if you don't, make that distinction with who you represent. You are a role model. You don't realize it, but the people look at what you do every single day. So every time you walk by something and you leave it, there's balloons lying around, so I leave the balloons, and some of them are not properly blown up, and people see that, and you're happy with that, and they leave it like that. The same if you fight about something, every time you see it, people will know that you don't take nonsense in that area, and they will behave appropriately. So you're a role model when it comes to safety. If something is not safe, you must stop it. Because if you accept it, the team sees that it is accepted to work like that. I've mentioned already, respect teamwork. It's important that you respect your people. It's important that we give everybody make them feel like there's proper teamwork in the team. Because then it makes life easier. If one person does all the work, it's difficult. But if everybody works together, it's easy. Yeah, and then lastly, just simple, intense, and consistent, the Seriti way. We must make sure we do things. Simple, easy. Easy rules, simple to understand. Don't complicate stuff. Do it consistently, and do it with intensity when we drive out production. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for completing the course. Like I say, it's not an easy role. We don't have the answer without the teaching. At the end of the day, you learn the role by doing it. And some people fail and some people do excellent. So we're happy that we've got this opportunity to give you a bit of training, and you must give us feedback as well. If you think it was good, you must tell me it was good. If you think it was bad, you must tell me it was bad. And I won't tell them, it will get somebody else to Okay, all right. I'm very happy to have you here. I'm very happy that we've had you on the course. Thank you very much, and good luck with your roles.